Hi and welcome to Thursdays with Ginny on the PCOS project. So today we are going to talk about skin and excess hair and all that jazz. I'll start with skin because it's probably going to be quicker. During my teens I had incredibly clear skin. I was totally blessed. In the past year or so I have noticed that my skin is getting worse. Like in the last 2 or 3 years my skin has been getting drier, which has caused problems because my skin peels, particularly on my nose, occasionally on my forehead. Sometimes I get a little bit on my cheeks or like on my jawline, which is, yeah, it's not fun because it's not like, you know, with spots you stick on a bit of concealer or whatever and you can do your best to cover it up, but with peeling skin, actually, like, the more makeup you add, the worse it looks, in my opinion, and my experience. If you guys have any hints or tips of dealing with that with makeup, do please let me know. Yeah, so I mean, to deal with that, I just exfoliate a lot. I kind of use a face scrub almost every day. And moisturize a lot. I've tried like a bazillion moisturizers. I don't really have anything that I would recommend more than anything else because I find that I need to kind of change things fairly often. Otherwise it's almost like my body gets used to it or something and it stops being as effective. Yeah, at the moment I'm using like Soap and Glory. I don't know if you guys have that, whatever part of the world you happen to be in. Yeah, Soap and Glory, Butter Me Up it's called, but it smells yummy, so that's always a bonus, and it's not like really sticky, because I don't like moisturizers that kind of leave you with like this oily, sticky skin. No. What else? In recent years, my skin has gotten worse. I've started getting more blackheads. Like I have quite a few on my nose. Actually, hang on. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, it's kind of dimply. Weird close-up of Ginny. Hooray. Yeah, and then I have a few blackheads on my forehead. My spots definitely get worse kind of a couple of days before my period starts and a couple of days into my period. Like around that time I quite often get like a lot of spots around like the sides of my mouth, up here, on my jawline a bit. You can see I have one there. Yeah, no, they're not fun. I've started getting kind of more cystic spots. I think that's the phrase I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, they're not pleasant. They're like spots that are like really deep in underneath the skin and cause big tender bumps, and they don't look pretty and they take forever to go away. Yeah, back to Exhibit A. Yeah, so I get kind of a few spots along my jawline up here as well occasionally. And I've started getting spots on my back. Yay! So it's fantastic. I made it through my teens with this beautiful skin when most teenagers are horrible and spotty. And now that I'm in my 20s, I have the skin of a teenager. I mean, there are many things like, you know, having the energy of a teenager. That'd be great. Yeah. Now, having the skin of a teenager, not so much. So then I suppose we'll talk about excess hair. Yesterday I went to a dermatologist as an appointment that I have been waiting for about 6 months, and I was so excited about going because my doctor had said that I could get electrolysis, and from what she had said and from what I looked up online, it's like the only approved permanent hair removal. According to the dermatologist that I saw yesterday, lies. There is no permanent hair removal solution, and I have been approved to go and get laser hair removal, but that'll only remove the hair for about 6 months, and it is a 2-year waiting list. And now, of course, I could go and get that done privately, but it's very, very expensive, and pretty much anyone in Ireland can get their hands on laser hair removal. And she was telling me she's seen horrible things with like burning and scars and all sorts of stuff. So it's like, yeah, no, let's not do that. I was kind of really heartbroken because I have a lot of excess body hair. You probably can't see a lot of it because A, my camera is not fantastic, and B, I do all sorts of crazy shit that I'll get into in a minute with regards to getting rid of excess hair. So I have like hair above my top lip. I get hair all along my jawlines. I get little hairs. Like this is fairly solid, especially like around this part. But along like my jawline, I get them right up to like here. I get the occasional coarse little dark hair. I get a couple on my neck. I get hairs like all the way from up here, like all the way down. I have hairs in my cleavage. I have a couple of dark hairs around my nipples. I have hair all over my stomach. I have fairly heavy hair on my legs. I have hair on the tops of my feet and my big toes. And now I'm starting to get dark hair on my lower back. That started happening a while ago, but very recently I started getting dark hair on the backs of my shoulders. I feel like I'm turning into a cave woman. And it's like so incredibly unfeminine in my opinion. Like, you know, if it was just under my arms and like my pubic area or whatever, like fine, whatever, you know, women have hair there. It's perfectly normal. I don't have hair in normal places. It affects a lot of my life because it's like if I'm going on a date or anything like that, then I will like plan my date around when I can shave. You can probably hear my housemate talking in the background. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there's that. And then like it's not even just things like that. It's like if I'm going out and I like will wear tops that won't come up if I raise my arms so that people don't see my stomach. And I think a lot of my friends and stuff think that that's because I'm not the smallest girl in the world. It's nothing to do with my size. It's to do with excess body hair. If I'm going on holiday, it's horrible. You know, I can't wear a bikini all the time because, you know, I have quite a large pubic area and my stomach as well. So it's not just normal fuzz. I have fuzz in lots of places. But I do like calling it fuzz. It makes me happier. And what else? Yeah, I'm really not very happy with it. And now knowing that I can't get rid of it permanently is not nice. And I mean, I think about things like I really want to have kids. I've mentioned before in a couple of videos. And like when I do get around to having children, I will be so incredibly proud of my baby bump. Particularly, you know, like I would have been anyway, but knowing that like despite having PCOS and all that stuff that I still managed to get pregnant, that'll just add to it for me. And yeah, I will just love having a baby bump. But then I think about like, you know, people want to touch your belly bump and they want to see it and stuff like that. And I would want to take photos of it like all the time to remember it and to be able to show my kid and stuff. And mine will be hairy. And like, it's not like light downy hair. This is like dark, coarse stubble. Yeah. I started shaving it when I was very young. I suppose we'll move into talking about hair removal now. But I started removing it when I was really young, like I was about 12. And it was basically, I noticed that I had kind of slightly darker hair on my stomach than most people or whatever. And I kind of thought to myself, oh, well, you know, what do other people do when they want to get rid of excess hair? What does my mum do when she wants to get rid of excess hair? Oh, well, you know, she shaves. So, yeah, I did that, unfortunately, and kept doing it, and it just kept getting worse. And now at 23, the hair on my stomach is pretty much black. Don't do it if you're thinking about it. Just don't. Just leave it. I mean, you bleach it if you have to, but seriously, please try not to remove the hair from your stomach. It's like, I guarantee you, it will not be worth it at all. So with hair removal, I have probably got more hair removal devices in my house than your average beautician has. I have razors, tweezers, epilators, wax, bleach, you name it, other than like, if you want to get into real technological stuff, it's probably in my house. I've tried hair removal and stuff as well. Hair removal doesn't work for me. I have sensitive skin, I break out in a rash, I don't like it. Like, even if I use the sensitive stuff, I follow all the instructions, it either like doesn't effectively get rid of my hairs because they're quite thick, or I end up with a rash. It's not fun. I probably shave about once a week. Because I have quite sensitive skin, I can't do it too often. Like, if I do it more than kind of 5 days together, my skin is not happy with me, and I break out in a rash and I get ingrown hairs and stuff. If I know that I'm going to be like going on holiday or something like that, where people are going to be seeing my stomach and things like that, I'll try and epilate. I used to be fairly good at epilating. Since then, I think, like, I lost the charger for my epilator for a while, so then I got out of the habit of doing it. And then, I think since then my hair has got coarser, because, oh my gosh, does it hurt so much more than I remember it hurting the first time that I epilated. And I just can't deal with it. I got my best friend, the things friends do, I got my best friend to try and do it for me, because I was going over to visit somebody, a man friend, for a couple of days, and he lived in a different country, so I got her to try and epilate my legs, and like, I sat there wincing and like yelping and stuff, and we did this for about like 15-20 minutes with me kind of constantly going, stop. And yeah, so we decided that that wasn't really happening. And tweezing, I probably pluck a few hairs like every day or two at least, because I do my eyebrows, I pluck hairs from my upper lip, I pluck hairs from my jawline, from my neck, from my chest, yeah, all that jazz. I bleach my lower back because it's just really dark hair and I just don't like it. And I'll, like, the dark hairs that I pluck like the coarse ones, but the other ones I don't, even if they are a little bit darker. I try to bleach those. Yeah, I guess that's about it, I think. Waxing doesn't really work for me because my hair is quite brittle. So I've tried, like, I've gone and got it done professionally before and had to hand over like 85 euros. And it just, like, I still ended up having to shave because it basically felt like a day or two after I had shaved anyway. So it was a waste of good money. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I would say that I would keep you updated on the laser, but if you're still around in 2 years, I'll let you know how that goes. If any of you know, I've tried Viniqua as well, which is like a cream, but you have to apply it like once or twice a day, and I stopped taking it for a little while, and when I stopped taking it, I noticed that I started growing a lot more dark hairs than I had previously had. And the idea of having to take a cream every single day for the rest of my life, or I'm basically going to start growing a beard, no, I'm not doing that. No way. So I think now kind of my next line of investigation, because it's not something that it's not going to go away just from healthy eating and exercise. I've been told that if I lose weight that it might stop getting worse, but I don't think that it's necessarily going to go away. So I'm going to go down the road of trying out kind of healthy alternatives and trying kind of natural medicines and alternative medicines and things like that. And I will definitely let you know how that side of things goes, because I know that it's not nice. Part of me just wants to like put it all out there, like all over my Facebook and other social networking sites and stuff like that, like I am a hairy woman, because I think there is a lot of shame around it. I mean, if you look at the media and stuff like that, like there's all these women who are just so silky and smooth and beautiful, and I mean, I know that that applies to being skinny and stuff like that, but when you're a hairy woman, it's hard, and I know that. I feel for you guys. Yeah, just be nice to yourself, and really, like, if you're thinking about doing hair removal stuff, really, really do look into it before you do it. Don't do what I did and just rush in and make things worse for yourself in the long run. Yeah, think about the long term of things before you go doing stuff. Says the girl who spontaneously dyed her hair purple. Anyway, I hope that you're all doing really, really well, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye.